After the initial setup is completed, all you have to do to keep track of your students' grades is open the sheet corresponding to the evaluation category, for example, homework, and select the row corresponding to the student and transcribe the grade obtained in that assignment. For example, on the assignment number 6, let's say that the student McLean obtained a grade of 68. Just type 68 and move to the next field. You see how the totals automatically update for all the different grades. Now, if you notice, not only updated for the first field, but also for the others, because now the grade is going to be based on 6 assignments. You can see that by this number 6 here. Now, if you don't have this first number here, say I'm going to delete it, you see that now the grade is calculated based on the total of 5 assignments. So you notice that it's possible to put up to 10 grades, or you can have up to 10 assignments. That was set up before using the initial setup. But that doesn't mean that you have to have for a fixed amount of 10 assignments. You can have less than that. So for example, if you decide to only have 5 assignments or 5 homework assignments, you can just stop adding grades after the 5th column here, and the totals here are going to be calculated based on 5 assignments. This will be indicated again by this number here. So what if you have 6 assignments? Now it's very important to know that if you have 6 assignments, you have to make sure that the first row of grades in the row number 7 cannot be empty. So for example, if I put here in the row 8 a grade for Mr. Bernal of 99, okay, you see that this number is still 5. That's because you have to fill the first row for the total number of assignments to be updated. So for example, if I put a 56, now you see that now the grades are based on 6 assignments, and that's the right way to calculate the grades. A feature of Excel Gradebook is also to notify students that are missing a maximum number of assignments. To do that, make sure that in the graph sheet the emails setting is set to 1, and also check what is the maximum assignments that was predefined in the setup. In this case is 3. Now if a student misses more than 3 assignments, the email notifications will be triggered. So let's take a look at how it works. If I click on the homework and now I select the second student, let's say the student misses 1 assignment, you will mark with a 0 an assignment that was missed, a second one, a third one, and you see that on the 4th missed assignment, the system will ask if you want to send an email. If you say no, that email notification is not going to be triggered, but if you say yes, your default email software will open and pre-populate the 2 subject and the body based on the defaults that you can find in the graph sheet. Now this gives you an opportunity to change this email and to customize it, and when you're ready you can just click on send. Now if you want to change that default email and subject, you can just click on the graph list spreadsheet and click where it says maximum assignments zeros email subject. This you can change it to fit your class, and you can also change the body of the message. Notice that in the formula bar you can also add references to different cells in your project to customize these different texts. So I'm going back to the homework sheet, and you notice that once that email notification has been added, it's the same that or very similar to what happened with the attendance. A 1 will be added here indicating that that student has been already notified, and if the student keep missing assignments, no more email notifications will be triggered. Basically that's how you enter grades in Excel Gradebook. It's very simple and straightforward. All you have to do is type the grades in the corresponding cells for its corresponding assignments. So in homework, you will just type here the grades for the homework. If you have custom evaluations, you can just click here and add it for the different fields or the different assignments. If you have exams, it's a little bit different in the sense that you can type the grade of the exam in the first column. For example, I have here 3 exams, and I can just type here maybe 88, and you see that in the exam letter grade has been updated to reflect a letter B. Now this is done so when you generate reports to give to students by clicking here on the student report, the student can not only see the grade in a 1 to 100 scale, but also can see it in letter form. Also notice how the student name has been replaced by the student's last 4 digits of his or her ID for privacy purposes. The total sheet of the Excel Gradebook provides you with the overview of the total grade for each student depending of the different kinds of assignments that you have set up at the beginning. So you see that here I have roster, homework, project, custom 1 and 2, tests, and also the last column is called EC for extra credit. Now you can change any of these grades directly in this total sheet with the exception of the extra credit. And that's because this is calculated automatically for you from the totals of the other assignments in the other sheets. So at the same time that the total is calculated, also the grade in letter form is assigned. Now, the extra credit field gives you the flexibility to add extra credit to students to your discretion. So for example, if I have this student with a 70 and the student has done something that deserves extra credit, you can assign maybe a number 2 and give 2 points. This will directly be reflected in his or her total grade. As in all other sheets in Excel Gradebook, you can click on Students Report to generate a report for your students that will have all the total grades for the class and divided by category. Will also show the extra credit that you have assigned to them, and their names will be replaced by the last 4 digits of their ID for privacy and confidentiality. This is a great way to share the totals with your students. If you use a curve for your total student grades, meaning that after the class is finished, you get the maximum grade. In this case, the maximum grade is 94, and then you make that 94 the new 100, and then rescale the rest of the grades based on that new value to help your students. Well, you don't have to do that manually anymore. Excel Gradebook does that for you automatically, and that is located in the totals curve sheet. So you just click on that, and you see that now the grade that was 94 before, in McLean was the highest grade, 94, becomes the new 100, and all the rest of the grades are rescaled to that maximum. This could be really very beneficial to your students in case the maximum grade originally is less than 100. And it's very useful if you normally curve your students' total grades.